Hello everyone, I am the Stone Tank Engine, and welcome to a new video. Today we will be diving into an interesting merchandise line, this being the Thomas & Friends Mashems. Will look to be some quite very charming little toys, very promising I will say, being turned into some really lazy and quite bad pieces of merchandise. But without further ado, let's start. If you haven't heard of this lineup of toys, then I wouldn't be surprised. But if you haven't heard of Mashems as a whole, then I'll give a brief explanation. Mashems are cute little toys which use various intellectual properties, also known as an IP, which sort of work as fidget toys, making you do many things with them. You can twist them, squish them, and as the name suggests, mash them, which was a very interesting concept for its time. They came in little capsules usually near the checkout or toy aisle next to an abundance of others. These were released back in 2016, so it's been quite a while, when the show was still good. We had a decent amount of characters that were being put in, but let's get a bit of a close-up. As you see, this was the official lineup of characters made, and while we're at it, let's look at each individually. We have Thomas, James, Toby, Gordon, Percy, and Sir Topham Hatt. They would also come in their own little capsules as well as showing each character in the wrapping, and would be shipped in various retail locations, as I very much noticed I recall seeing them a lot in Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, and so on. These toys were very charming. It was so interesting seeing Sir Topham Hatt being squished, or Toby being stretched out. In fact, at one point I actually had the whole set, because I did have them all at one point. But sadly with time, they very much showed their time here. Some very much head casualties. And that's what we shall talk about next. The quality of these toys. Oh boy. As for quality goes, these toys were not too good. You see, these toys have paint which is very lazily applied, and it can very much easily come off, and quickly too. And with lots of play, then it really showed. As you see here, some look very atrocious, and after just a few weeks, and that's just one problem with them. Another thing was actually keeping them clean. Well, you see, when you first open Mashems, they're very sticky and cling on itself with ease, so you'd have to be aware where you place them, and that was a big problem. I had to consistently clean them by hand or using water to make them clean again, but even then it would usually result in not much change and possibly making them worse. As these items had water inside, it gave them the advantage to be all squishy. You'd have to be aware of their placement, and if they ended up in a sharp place, then it's gone. Boom. So also just trying to keep it away from sharp places could be a challenge if you weren't paying attention, or not keeping a lookout, but I might as well show off the ones I have.
So here are my Mashems, and yeah, they've seen better days for sure. Like I said, I had the whole set, but these are the last remainder. And honestly, Percy isn't even inflated. I mean, he's deflated already. Look at him. Here we have Gordon. Pretty nice little model. Very dirty. I haven't cleaned them up or anything, just to show you the shape they're currently in. And then we have Thomas. And then we've got little old Percy. Yeah, they've certainly seen better days, but this is how I have them. I did, fix them up a bit. I would Sharpie places where, they would, have paint loss, but I just can't fix them anymore. So, that's pretty sad.
And it so happens to turn out that I wasn't the only one who had these types of problems. I mean, the following people being shown on screen suggest otherwise, showing many aspects that I've been talking about when buying them, and it for sure varies. Apparently, these sold fairly well considering there was a second series to these, but there was practically nothing new here, like no new characters. The only difference was that they had this thing called crystal variants. Ooh. It was literally the exact same characters, only new thing is having them be transparent, so you could see the water inside them. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You could have added more characters like Henry, Edward, or Emily, but no! We got the Fat Controller, Mr. Big Help! But that's all I really gotta say with these little toys. Very interesting pieces of merchandise. I never thought I'd talk about these on the channel, but well, here we are now. But if you like this video, then there's a subscribe button below. I might consider doing more videos like these. You know, like, share, do whatever as long as it gives me views. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Oh, did I forget to mention these prototypes are sick? I mean, if these were ever official ones, I would probably buy a whole box. Okay, leave.